So we've been using the Brava Smart Oven for over 2 years, and I figured it would be time for another review to look back and share with you how we use the oven. Do we still use it? Do we still love it? Has anything changed in the terms of how we use the oven? Any new features maybe that were added to the oven or to the software since we started using it and since our first review? So all of that we're going to talk about in this video. If you're new to Brava, let me just give you a quick recap of what the Brava Smart Oven is all about. And the Brava Smart Oven uses pure light energy to cook. It can cook with incredibly high temperatures, and arguably one of the best features of Brava is that it has cooking zones, and that means you can literally add a steak and vegetables, if that's your thing, onto one tray, slide it into Brava, and Brava will sear the steak at high temperatures while cooking your veggies at lower temperatures so you don't lose the few vitamins and minerals that are in plants in the first place. And it can do that at the same time. So in other words, when your meal comes out, your steak is ready, your veggies are ready, and you're ready to roll. And that's incredibly not only convenient, but it also takes a lot of the guesswork out of cooking, especially if you're not a passionate cook, trying new ingredients and playing with stuff. If you just want to get something quick and reliable and precise and cooked very well, the Brava is an excellent oven that can do all of that. You can control it via touchscreen or with a smartphone app. It has hundreds of chef-tested recipes built in that you can modify, that you can use, that you can search. I mean, we've discovered so many recipes for things that we cook anyway, and it can replace several of your appliances. A microwave, a toaster, an air fryer, a dehydrator, a regular oven. So it can do a lot of things that you typically need other appliances for. Now, again, depending on how much you cook, how large your family is, you might still be using some of those appliances. Like in our case, we use Brava in addition to some of the appliances we already had. We have no microwave, but we have no toaster, and we have no air fryer anymore, but we still have our oven, we still have our stove, we still have a smoker, etc. So it hasn't replaced all of it, but it complements all of those things very nicely so we can prepare a lot of food at the same time. And we started out initially with the Brava Chef's Choice, I think it's called, which comes with a host of different accessories, different plates and trays, etc., and a Dutch oven. And we since upgraded to Brava Glass. We'll talk about that in a minute, because that's a really, really cool appliance where you can actually look inside and see what's happening while the food is cooking. Now, how do we use Brava, and how has that changed over the years? Well, we use it every day to reheat meals, and the reheated food comes out so much better than using a microwave. Well, first of all, we have not used a microwave in over a decade because I'm not a fan of having microwaves leach out of the appliance and then frying my brain, especially if you stand right in front and see how the food is coming along. But even from a food quality perspective, the Brava does a so much better job than a microwave ever could. We also use it a lot to cook bacon and to allow our kids to make or fry bacon for themselves. Because if you've ever fried bacon in a pan, you know the mess you're gonna end up with that you have to clean, and it's just not pretty. By doing it in the Brava, everything is nicely contained. It's less smell, it's definitely less grease splatter. And so we use Brava for that a lot. We dehydrate fruits for the kids. We toast sourdough bread. My wife got onto the sourdough bandwagon, and that was something we didn't really cover in the review 2 years ago because we didn't eat any bread at the time. Now we occasionally do sourdough bread that my wife cooks from scratch, double fermented, the whole 9 yards. And so she slices the fresh bread, puts it in the freezer, and then we take it out of the freezer and right into the Brava and toast it, and it comes out and tastes like fresh. It's amazing, and we love it for that as well. We, of course, also use it, for just regular cooking meal, like making eggs, scrambled eggs. One of the best things is making poached eggs in the Brava, because with Brava, the cooking is so precise and repeatable that if you found a recipe that you like, or maybe a setting that you like, the exact amount of, the searing on the steak or whatever, you can save that And next time you do it, your food comes out exactly the same way. And that's particularly nice with poached eggs. If you want to have your poached eggs in a certain way, well, where they are really poached, you use the recipe and you get the same result every single time. And that's incredibly powerful and incredibly nice because it means you don't really have to know anything about cooking. You just have to know how to operate a touchscreen and you're ready to roll. And it also means you can involve your kids in cooking. Our kids have been using the Brava for pretty much anything. They know how to navigate the touchscreen maybe better than we do and find a recipe that they like and follow the instructions, even if it's multi-step recipes where the cooking stops, you stir, you add something or whatever, all of that they can do. It's incredibly easy, incredibly powerful, and incredibly precise. And that's one of the things we still love about Brava and really have loved from the beginning. The ease of use, the precision cooking, how easy to clean is relatively speaking. I mean, every so often you have to wipe it. The cool thing is, the heating elements, the bulbs or those light strips, you don't really have to clean because they get so incredibly hot that everything evaporates and burns off anyway. But on the inside, especially the glass door of our Brava Glass, we wipe every so often. In fact, we don't wipe it as often as we probably should. But nonetheless, it's very easy to clean and maintain. It has a massive library of recipes. They keep adding more every so often. Every time I walk into the kitchen, it feels like there is a software update with more recipes being added. You can, customize those recipes. You can make them your own. You can store your changes, etc. It's incredibly powerful and super easy to find something that you like. There is a search actually where you can type in, I want to have bacon, and it shows you all the different bacon recipes or eggs or, The other thing that's really nice about Brava is the build quality, how durable it is. There was only one issue we've had, and that was sort of self-inflicted. In fact, there were two issues, one non-issue where the Brava arrived and there was like a screw got loose during shipping, it must have. And so the door was loose, and I thought the door was damaged. So I reached out to Brava, and they sent me immediately a new one. And then later on, I figured out that it was only the screw that came loose. So I tightened the screw up, and everything was good. So not a problem with build quality whatsoever. And then the second thing we noticed, the temperature sensor. There is a wired and a wireless one. We use the wireless one mostly because it's super convenient. Don't need to worry about plugging it in, taking it out. But you need to make sure that wireless sensor is fully inserted into, let's say, a steak, if you're making steak, so that the probe doesn't get exposed to the incredibly high temperatures. Obviously, it can get exposed to the temperatures of, inside of the meat, which are not that high, especially if you eat like we do, rare. But even if you cook it well done, it doesn't get so hot as the air, the surrounding ambient air inside of the oven. So you want to make sure it's fully inserted so it doesn't damage the temperature sensor. Those are the only things we've noticed. Beyond that, it's built like a tank, it's solid, and it's gonna last you for a very long time. Now, with the Brava Glass, you get the additional benefit of being able to peek into the oven because all the other non-glass versions, they come with a built-in camera. So there's a camera inside and you can use the touchscreen or even your phone to monitor the food. Of course, every so often you might have to wipe the lens of that camera because it can, get grease and stuff on it, and so that decreases visibility. But we've noticed that instead of using the touchscreen or, using the app, just looking through the glass door of the Brava Glass edition is really cool. So you can immediately see what's going on, much like you do, with a regular oven. Now, what has changed from the initial Brava we had, the Chef's Choice edition back in the days, as well as from a software perspective compared to now? A lot has changed really in those 2 years. And one of the things beyond, the introduction of the Brava Glass, which wasn't a thing, didn't exist when we first reviewed Brava, when I first published my review. But one of the cool things that has changed is beyond, several software updates, new recipes, etc. Brava added new accessibility options with the version 3 software update. And so that means you have now full control over the oven from mobile devices, which means you can use the screen reader of your iOS or Android phone. So you can use VoiceOver and TalkBack, I think it's called on Android. And that significantly helps those who are either blind or have vision impairments or, low vision. And enabling those users to cook independently and without the help of someone else. And that's incredibly powerful if you are, vision impaired, if you have certain disabilities, that you can remain independent and cook your own food with the help of, you know, the Brava oven, because that's something I've noticed not a whole lot of kitchen brands prioritize. And so I really appreciate that Brava is going out of the way to make the oven usable for those with vision issues. There are also now greater customizations for recipes. You can modify existing ones and even build your own. So it's incredibly powerful to customize everything exactly to your likings. Now, there are a couple of considerations and limitations, many of which I already mentioned in my previous video. One is, you know, it's not an inexpensive appliance. I mean, it provides value for what you're getting for the high quality product, and, you know, just the fact that you can replace so many other appliances, but it's still an investment, you know, at the end of the day. You also need a dedicated 20 amp outlet to plug it in, because that oven can draw quite a bit of power. You know, it is very powerful, and that power needs to come from somewhere. Now, I know that some people have just plugged it into a regular outlet, maybe a 50 amp outlet or so. It works, I've been told, but you might end up with flickering lights or some other electrical issues. And so it's probably recommended that you invest in having your electrician come out and install a 20 amp outlet if you don't have that already in your kitchen. It obviously, since it's a countertop device, it takes up counter space. Now, it's not huge, but it's also not tiny. So you need a good amount of counter space for that appliance, with some room on the back and on the side, you know, so air can circulate and so it doesn't overheat. But overall, it's, I think, an excellent investment for what you're getting. And maybe the other nuance to that is, because it's not huge, if you have a large family, you know, you might still end up using some of your other appliances to cook with Brava. Like in our case, we still use our stove. We still use our oven. For example, if we make fried chickens, I mean, we raise chickens in our backyard, so we have, you know, access to the highest quality chickens there are. And so when we make multiple chickens, we often do one in the Brava and one in the oven, so we can get them ready both at the same time. The Brava wouldn't be spacious enough to roast both chickens at the same time. You know, the same goes with some of the other meals. Depending on if you know, and that really leads us then into who is Brava for, and we'll talk about it in a moment, so I don't want to give too much away. From a pricing perspective, Brava offers different sets. They basically differ, with the exception of one, with the accessories the product comes with. There is the starter set, which has the least amount of accessories, for $12.95. And again, check the pricing on the Brava webpage, because that might change over time. By the time you see this video, pricing might have been updated. There might have be a sale or a discount or what have you. Then there's a bake and breakfast set, which comes with some extra accessories that are especially useful for breakfast and for baking. And then there is the chef's choice set, which comes with most or all of the accessories. And then there is a separate Brava Glass, which again comes with all of the accessories, with the wireless temperature probe and that glass door that allows you to peek into the oven and see what's going on the inside. And they all range, you know, somewhere between $12.95, Chef's Choice is $16.95, and then the Brava Glass is a little bit more expensive. But again, look at brava.com and check it out. I'm also going to link or mention a discount code down in the description that you can use to get a discount when you make a purchase using that code. That gives me a commission and you a discount, so we both win. And now let's talk about who the Brava oven is for. I think it's an excellent appliance for singles or couples, especially if you live in a small apartment where space is limited, where you cannot have a variety of different appliances, a toaster, a microwave, a stove, an oven, you know, an air fryer, etc. You can get most of those things with just one Brava. That might be the only appliance to cook food that you need if you're, again, either single or a couple. Or even if you're a larger family, but a very busy family, and you need to get stuff ready ahead of time, you want to maybe schedule, you know, when your food is going to get cooked. You might want to be able to let your kids cook their own food if they come home from school while you're still at work, etc. All of that can be done with Brava. Of course, if you're very tech savvy and you enjoy geeking out on different recipes and customize your own recipes and experiment, the Brava is an excellent choice. If you want to just cook better food without more effort, if you're not really into cooking, but you realize the benefits of cooking meals from scratch, of cooking yourself instead of buying food from someone who does not care about your health, the Brava is an excellent choice. And of course, for anyone who's just looking for an alternative, a healthier alternative to microwaves, you know, that doesn't nuke your food, Brava is again an excellent choice. Now, again, we've been using Brava, 2 different versions thereof, for the past 2 years, over 2 years now, and it's one of the MVPs of our kitchen. We love it, the kids love it, it's very user-friendly, it cooks food with extreme precision and incredibly fast at incredibly high temperatures. And if it was only for the fact that we don't have to clean the kitchen after cooking bacon or frying bacon in the pan, I think only for that we would have invested in Brava, because it's such an incredible tool. It augments some of the things that we are doing, especially if we have family in town where we want to bake or cook, a lot of food and want to have it ready at the same time. We can use our stove, we can use the Brava at the same time. We can delegate use of Brava to the kids because they know how to work it, and they're 9 and 11 years old, but they've been using Brava for the past 2 years without any issues whatsoever. And it's just an incredible device. It keeps getting better with the software updates. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Brava. Check it out. And if you're in the market for a new kitchen appliance that can replace your air fryer, your microwave, your dehydrator, whatever the case might be, look at Brava. It's an incredible device. And let me know if you've been using it, how you like it, or if you have any questions about Brava, let me know in the comments, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.